These are the real stories of the people who built it. This is the Founders.
A normal day as a business owner can be pretty hectic just because you got a lot going on for that day. You want to make sure you have all your inventory that you need for that day and for the following days to be in check, from milks to the coffee beans that you're going to use, the syrups that I make also. I make sure I have all that aligned so when we get here to our coffee shop, we're ready to go. We do brew our coffee fresh as soon as we get here, our house coffee, aside from our espresso, and just making sure my staff is on time so we can get ready for our shift. If someone were to meet me today and what I think that they would assume my life would be like is that they would think that maybe I have it completely made as a business owner, no issues, no problems going on financially, that you're more free or independent. However, whenever you're in the line of business, there's always investments that need to be made, repairs going on at the shop, anything that is needed, you're always having to keep track of stuff. So it's not as easy as people make it seem. It is always a work in progress, and you're always trying to better your craft as far as being a business owner and just being as present as possible with your customers and everyone involved that comes to visit the shop. What pushed me at the time to start this business? I've always been into coffee. Growing up, my father would always make house coffee at home. I always wake up, drink my my first cup of coffee to start the day. There's nothing like your first sip. And just having a love for it, I decided to invest in an espresso machine. I learned the craft, started seeing so many videos. I think that more than anything is what sparked my interest, just what it entailed to make espresso, and just knowing that there's different coffee variations that you can drink and enjoy, and knowing that this is a big part of everyone's day. So coffee to me has been like very fulfilling as far as just being involved and learning the craft. And that is just something that I enjoy doing. And now we have our shop, so it's taken a big role in our lives at the moment. So the decision that made the biggest difference in my growth starting my business would be my mother. She started a small business selling crystals, also doing crystal healings, and that showed the possibility that it is possible to start a business and supply yourself with income aside from working your normal 9 to 5 that we're used to working. Last year in May, I did get let go from my job. I was a reunification specialist for unaccompanied minors entering the U.S. And due to politics and lack of movement from the border and kids trying to travel over here to the U.S., they had to cut our job, and they did a massive got let go, and I had to find a way. And my way was my side business that I had at the time, which was Cafecitos Espresso. That took a turn to me going full time with it and really pursuing the business. When I did start putting my main focus around it, I did see more opportunities pop up. Our social media started growing, the platform within it started making a lot more videos, and people have seen these videos, and we're so happy and grateful to say that we have so much support here in the Valley. A lot of people have now supported us drastically on different social media platforms, and that's honestly that moment that defined us going full time with Cafecitos. And if it weren't for that moment, I don't think we would be here right now. So sometimes bad things that might happen might lead to something greater, and we just have to trust the process and trust God along the way. So the hardest season in my journey so far has been starting the brick and mortar here at Chase Towers. Um, I believe it really has taken a lot of my time and investing in order to make this possible. I had to invest in a lot more items and machinery that I need for this to function as well as it can. But just also being the CEO of the business, the manager, the worker, the employee, and all of the things that involves running a business. I've had to figure out HR, of course, being that as well. So it has been a very tough a journey for me to figure out, just because I've never done all those things all at once, and still maintaining your sanity at the end of it. But you find purpose along the way within this journey. Okay, so there was a moment, I would say, that I felt this was all going to be possible and that we were going to be able to make it. When we were participating in the beginning with our coffee truck, we started doing Tres Lagos markets. That was like our stepping grounds. That was the first place we got started with. And I noticed every time we'd participate on a month-to-month basis, little bit, we had little people curious about it at first. And as month to month started going on, we started building lines of people craving our coffee and knowing that we provide something very good and worth standing in line for. And that's when I knew it was possible to get things started, and knowing that you also feel confident in what you're providing the people, which is a full cup of coffee that's gonna be as good as it can get. Um, and that's the moment where it really defined where I was gonna take things. What advice would I give to someone starting up a business would be just having a plan of action, and also investing time in learning the craft that you're gonna dive into, and taking that risk. I feel taking a risk is the biggest thing for us nowadays. But without risk, there's no reward. So, gotta risk it all to eventually get some reward. From that. So just taking those step by step and going full throttle with it, being open to learning and growing, that is part of the whole diving into business. What makes my business different than others in my industry? I would say I've stuck in with creating all our syrups in house. That's been one of our main focuses and identities so far. I do roast all my coffee beans as well. So I feel I didn't want to depend on any other shop to provide me coffee beans, but also knowing that there's a different flavor among all the other coffee shops. That was my main focus when starting Cafecitos. For someone that hasn't been here at our shop with Cafecitos, what I would recommend is our specialty drinks that involve our banana biscoff and our toasted pecan. Those have been our top sellers. Far from everything else, we do have a very great selection of matcha and different house syrups that you can use for your drinks. You can choose anything you want. As far as flavor goes, you have any choice. You can even mix and match. You want Mexican vanilla and caramel, you can add that as well, and they make a great combo. So we are confident in providing you a cup of coffee that you're going to enjoy with any of our specialty drinks and our house-made syrups. So people can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Instagram at cafecitos_espresso. If you follow us there, you can find our other social media platforms and follow us. If you ever need to call us, you can call us directly from also our Google page. Our number is 956-599-8661. You can inquire for caterings, or if you would like to place any order on a day-to-day basis that you come visit us, you can find us here at Chase Towers in the tallest building in the city of McAllen, Texas.